This is Thomas McCalla. Now, you ain't never heard of me. I'm not a general. I'm certainly not any kind of politician. I operate a shop with me wife Sarah here in Camden. We sell to anybody got the coin to pay. Yes, that includes the bloody redcoats. With the redcoats controlling the town, we either sell to them or we don't sell nothing. However, that is not the army I belong to. I am a patriot. I am part of what they call the militia. This here is what it's like right now in this town.
Afternoon, Lieutenant. If you're looking for a requisition for goods, the McCullers should be back shortly.
I don't have a requisition, and I'm not looking for the McCallers.
Oh, then what exactly are you looking for?
Time before last I was in, there was a lass working here. A young lady with fair hair.
That would be my daughter you're speaking of.
What is her name?
What do you want with Quinny?
Quinny. Short for Gwendolyn, I imagine.
Yes, it is. What do you want with her?
Where do you think she is, exactly?
I believe she left to tend to the livestock.
Mother, I can't find the others.
You must be Gwendolyn.
That's right. What can I help you with?
Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Lieutenant Montague Kensington of His Majesty's Armed Forces. You see, there's a gathering of officers in town centre tomorrow, and I should be delighted if you would join me for the occasion.
Oh, I'm sure I don't have anything appropriate to wear for...
Nonsense. I shall find you something.
But I never...
Shouldn't there be a chaperone, Lieutenant?
Madam, I'm a commissioned officer of His Majesty's Armed Forces. I assure you there's no need for such. Ah, Mrs. McCalla. I bring good news. The other officers were quite impressed by the quality of goods in your last shipment.
Thank you, Lieutenant. But what should be doing in our workroom? Orders go upstairs.
I must confess I'm not here only on business.
Well, what should be wanting then?
Well, there's an officers' social tomorrow evening, and I should be truly honoured if Gwendolyn here should accompany me.
I'm sorry, Lieutenant, but I'll have to refuse your offer.
Do you have any idea, young lady, how much accepting my offer would advance your station in life?
You have your answer.
I think you need to leave, Mr. Kensington.
Forgive me. I'm not accustomed to accepting refusals from peasants.
Get away from her!
It would seem this has turned into something rather unpleasant. I strongly advise the three of you to leave this room and give us some privacy.
Mrs. Davis,
Unusual to see you at my door. Is there a problem?
there's been a brawl at my shop.
I hope it didn't involve British soldiers.
Who's only one, ma'am.
Tell me the worst of it.
My husband were arrested.
Thomas?
Aye, he walloped a Sassenach.
Oh, no. Was anyone else present beside you?
No customers. Only Mary, my soap maker.
Very well. Say nothing to the neighbors. Bring Mary here immediately.
I shall. Thank you, ma'am. Mrs. Davis, this is Mary McDouglas.
Yes, Mary. I've seen you at the shop before. How long have you been with us, dear?
2 years now going on. Mrs. McCauley here took on my daughter Gwenny last year.
Sarah, what was Thomas thinking? He's usually such a level-headed man.
Aye, he is, when things be proper. Mary, please tell Mrs. Davis everything what happened.
Gwenny and me was working at the shop, cutting a new batch of soap. This redcoat comes in, acting like he owned the place, ordering everyone around.
And then?
Then he gets a gander at me, Gwenny. Next thing you know, he's got his hands all over her. Miss Collett asked him to stop, but he wouldn't listen.
All of a sudden, Thomas comes in from a delivery. Bassett grabs Gwenny and Thomas picks up Miss Spindle and whacks him.
The Englisher hit the dirt and my Gwenny run off.
Bastard stumbles out of the shop, comes back in a tick with some of his mates. Thomas is proud of defending that girl. He tells him the bastard had it coming.
Ah, he knows better than that.
You know that when something gets deep under Thomas's skin, he cannot hold his temper.
Do you know where your daughter is gone now, dear?
Probably the woods behind the shop. She'll wait for me to find her there.
Then go retrieve her. Sarah, where is your husband now?
They took him straight to the stockade.
Ugh, not fit for man nor beast.
A vile, contaminated place. If he stays there, he'll be very ill.
Bloody Sassenach!
Sarah! Don't be foolish. Contain yourself.
Very well, Mrs. Davis. What do you think we should do then?
Ladies, tell no one about this. Mary, retrieve your daughter. Sarah, go to the holding pen. Visit Thomas several times a day if possible. Be very courteous. Be very courteous, Sarah. Let those scoundrels know he will not be forgotten.
I shall plead with them if I must.
Tomorrow, I shall petition for an audience with Cornwallis himself. Sarah, have you seen this Britisher before? Do you know his name?
Aye, man has a high carriage of himself, but he be far from a gentleman. Montague Kensington. My name is Sarah McCalla. My husband Thomas be in there.
Visitors are not allowed in this location.
Where are they allowed?
Holding cells, stone building, center of town.
Can you move my husband there then? I'd be so grateful if I could see him for a bit.
I cannot honor your request.
Good to see you, Color.
Good to be here.
You know my son Gunner? Tell me, what's the general spirit of your men?
Well, they'd like to know more than they do.
Wouldn't we all? What's the concern?
This General Gates, have you spoken with him?
I've listened to him.
But you didn't speak to him man to man like we're doing?
Apparently, there wasn't enough time for that.
But he should make enough time for that.
I agree.
What exactly has this general done before?
He was in charge of a very large battle. I guess we won that one.
Northern battle?
Yes, Saratoga.
Is he familiar with how we do things around here?
I guess he's worked with militia before.
This is South Carolina. Would he approve of our tactics?
You talking about sneaking behind lines and ambushing and doing things like that?
Yes, those kind of tactics.
I wouldn't say he would approve, but I don't think he'd get in our way.
So, he wouldn't even know about our tactics.
I believe that's the best way.
So what kind of man do you think Gates is?
He's not a dandy like some of those officers.
Good. That's not what we need.
I am going to another meeting with him.
He needs to listen to what we have to say.
Yes, he does.
Where are we going, William?
The troops are mustering in the next clearing.
Why is it so bloody hot here? I'm dying of thirst.
You're not dying of anything, Levi.
Why did you have to leave New York? I like New York. I miss London. I miss home. No good food here. That's what I liked about New York. The food was not so bad. And the lasses, so many of them. Thought you right about that.
Watch your language now.
How much further?
We get there when we get there, Levi.
If I cannot visit my husband, may I at least give him this thread?
Only provisions provided by the provost are allowed for the prisoners.
Would the provost approve this for him then?
No outside foodstuffs are allowed for the prisoners.
I've been watching all morning, and you didn't give him anything to eat.
I am not the only sentry on duty. Perhaps another sentry fed them.
You didn't care. I will come back, sir.
That would be of no further service.
It will, sir, a bet.
I don't want to talk about nothing.
I need to know how that last meeting with Gates went.
All he wanted to talk about was proper military procedure.
How big is this army we're supposed to be part of?
You mean the grand army he's putting together?
Yes.
Altogether, over 2,000 men.
How many are militia?
Over half.
Where are they getting them all from? Carolina militia don't have near that.
Well, most of them Virginia.
Virginia? You ever fight with these fellas?
I have not. What you thinking?
I'm going to look into this. Try to find some things out.
Sounds like a good idea.
Right! Did you manage an escape?
Nah. Redcoats released me.
You know why?
I was told it was direct orders from Cornwallis. Was that your doing?
That be Mrs. Davis, but I did talk to her. Shite, Thomas, you stink like a privy.
'Twas not a good place to be, Sarah.
Get yourself out to the well right now and wash up while I make you something to eat. And you cannot be grumbling about my cooking after where you been. Then we'll go to the shop.
Aye, Sarah.
You hear about Thomas?
Thomas? Which Thomas? There's only like 10 of them.
Old Irish Thomas. Skinny fella.
What'd you hear?
Redcoats released him from the stockade.
Well, how did that happen?
Folks are saying his wife arranged it.
That is unusual, but we need everyone.
We have carrots and all manner of greens growing now.
What exactly is going over there?
Well, we'll be growing more vegetables there, and herbs for healing.
Okay.
Plenty
more
for us to
vegetables,
eat.
less herbs, okay? Yeah, what is this?
We put this up to stop the critters from coming in and eating our vegetables.
So our animals have been taken. Has it been working?
Squirrels and rodents.
Hope it works
They
right.
haven't been here 'cause they haven't come up yet, you dunderhead. Once we have 'em nice and green and all the deer and
I see.
everything.
You're taking care of things good, Sarah.
Well, someone has to.
That's true.
Ain't gonna be you.
Not if I'm away.
You keep leaving. Redcoats is still paying for soap and firewood. Anything else they taken?
A lobsterback that I scuffled with. Come back.
No, thank God. Mary and her daughter be working here off and on again. They be making saltpeter now.
Mm-hmm. Sarah, do you think you can manage without me for a little while longer?
Aye, I can manage here. But where do you think to be going now?
I'm afraid I'm going back in the fight. Militia needs everyone.
If they be taking the likes of you, they must be desperate.
They will take me. They are desperate. It's what needs to be done.
Aye. How long our family's been fighting them English? I hope this time we can finally chuck 'em out. And as for you, you need to stay here at least a few days. Rest, eat, build up your strength.
I can't argue with that. I just have this odd feeling that something very big is brewing.
Have you heard anything?
Militia. They're coming in from everywhere. Other colonies.
What about our own bluecoats?
I don't talk to those men. My group is militia.
So all these men be coming into Camden.
Nah, just outside.
Well then, we shall make good use of our saltpeter now.
Aye.
So tell me, what'd you find out about Virginia militia?
Those who've had experience won't be in the next battle.
And why not?
Their enlistments expired, they went home.
So the biggest part of this army hasn't even been in a fight.
It's worse than that.
How can it be worse?
Our supplies of everything almost gone.
What about rifles and powder?
Powder's good, but
What about the rifles?
1 in 3 of the militia recruits won't have any rifles.
God help us.
Oh, why don't they just hold up sticks and make them look like rifles?
We might have to do that.
Good afternoon, General Gates. Thank you for taking the time to see me today.
Certainly, Captain. May I inquire as to the purpose of your visit?
Sir, I'm responsible for preparing a report for the Continental Congress that details the events of August 16th last month.
Ah, yes. Camden. Are you here on an official inquiry, sir?
Sir, it was my understanding that there would be no official inquiry.
That is not quite the same understanding that I have, Captain. So what is this exactly?
I have a vast amount of information pulled from several reports. These reports are from various sources in regards to rank.
Very well. Sounds like you have everything you need in hand, sir. What more further assistance can I provide?
Yes, sir. A number of reports conflict with other reports. And some of these reports...
Don't present me in the best of light, I suppose.
Yes, sir. General, this is a courtesy call. I very much thought that you would be interested in offering some clarifications.
Proceed, Captain.
John?
Aye, that I be. Not yet.
Is that really you?
In the flesh. Now come, we've got to get you out of here.
I can't feel it,
Listen to me. You're in a cloud. Now we have to get moving and get you out of this cloud. Come. Come on, I'm not as young as I used to be. Help me. You're the fella I've been smelling in for 2 days and hearing for 3.
That's right, I am. I thought you was dead.
You're alive?
Yeah, I'm still alive. Some say I am, some say I ain't.
Say the same thing about me now. Now, what's all this going on about?
Well, bunch of dead men over there in the field.
That I can see.
Damn fools stand out in the open and get shot.
So what are we gonna do about it?
What we're gonna do? Well, what I'm gonna do, I'm going around behind them and I'm shooting them. I'm killing me some British today. What are you doing?
Sounds like a good idea to me. I think I'll be joining you.
Will you now?
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
Let's go.
General Gates, it appears that at the beginning of the battle, the troop strength was roughly equal in regards to regulars. However, if the militia is factored in, you stated that you should have had a formidable advantage.
Indeed, sir. Had the militia stood firm as they did at Saratoga and not shrunk in the face of the enemy, the battle that we are speaking of would have turned out quite differently. I've always contended that a man fighting for his home, his family, and his liberty would fight much more effectively than a man fighting for mere coin. Perhaps in this instance, not all men are created equal. Though a valiant brigade of North Carolina militia did stand their ground with the remains of the army until the end.
Thank you, General. While we are on the topic of numbers, I'm sure you've seen the numbers of killed and wounded.
I am aware of our latest estimates, Captain, but perhaps you would like to share the information that you have for verification.
Let's see. On the British side, they are claiming 60 killed, approximately 250 wounded. Our losses were 900 killed and approximately 1,000 captured.
It was a terrible day for the cause, Captain. Many a brave fellow was lost with the untimely collapse of our left flank.
What are those raggedy units over there? The ones without the proper uniforms.
Those are the militia we was talking about.
So they're not part of the regular army?
So I'm told.
They're kind of bumping into each other. You think they're that afraid of us?
Why wouldn't they be? They're going up against the greatest fighting force in the whole world.
You are a former British officer, correct?
Yes, Captain. I obtained my commission as an ensign in 1745. I fought many battles on the continent, settling affairs in Austria. I then served under General Braddock here in North America, alongside His Excellency General George Washington, mind you. And I resigned my commission in 1769 as a major. I then moved my family from England to Virginia.
I imagine your initial formation was a typical British formation. However, according to those tactics, you would be placing your weakest troops against the most experienced British regiments.
Mistakes were certainly made, Captain. It was never my intent to engage in the open field, despite what some of my detractors may suggest. My intention was to occupy a fortified defensive position on Granny Creek, several miles to the north of Camden. And I would force Lord Rawdon to attack at great disadvantage. Additionally, Colonel Marion and General Sumter would threaten his supply lines and force a British withdrawal. That the vanguard of both forces found each other in the middle of the night, on ground that did not offer a sensible line of retreat for this army, was the beginning of a chain of misfortunes that proved our undoing. The lines were indeed unevenly matched, Captain, and I alone am responsible.
Now, based on what several other officers reported, things are moving along as expected until the British Fusiliers, a force totaling approximately 800, moved in on the combined militia force, which totaled approximately 2,500 men. Several matching accounts stated that most of the Virginia militia threw their weapons on the ground and left the field when the Fusiliers got close.
That is correct, Captain. When the battle commenced, I failed to immediately recognize a shift in the British lines and move more seasoned troops to the left. This proved to be the pivotal mistake. The militia broke without firing a shot, many dropping their loaded arms and scattering into the surrounding countryside. I bear the burden of placing inexperienced men against hardened troops. They bear the shame of not putting up the least resistance.
Sir, there was one individual from the North Carolina militia who gave this statement. There was no effort to rally, no encouragement to fight. How would you answer this commentary, sir?
You speak of Private Watts from the North Carolina militia. In his haste to flee, is it hardly unreasonable to believe that he failed to notice the valiant efforts of General DeKalb, or Major Anderson, or Colonel Howard, or even Captain Kirkwood? All four of those officers valiantly tried to halt their unmanly retreat and rally the army to turn and meet the enemy. He also missed my own interventions, along with those of his general, General Caswell, to bring the militia to order. We ordered them to turn and fire, but all of those orders were in vain. I twice more attempted to rally the militia a mile distant from the battlefield, but they were in a panic. They took to the woods in all directions. I then returned to the field of battle, sir, in an attempt to salvage what was happening on the field.
Johann! Johann!
Bullet hit me. Don't know how bad it is. Blood everywhere. How bad is it?
Let me clean you up a bit, and then we can see the extent of your wounds.
Thank you. Thank you.
The bullet entered, but it did not come out.
Is that good?
Well, it does not appear to have hit any large blood vessels. But it is still in there, and that means we would have to dig it out.
Sounds painful.
I am afraid it will be. However, you are alive, and we can fix it up.
May I ask you something? Why are you out here?
To assist with the wounded, like yourself. And I am looking for my son.
What, may I ask, is his name?
Johann Carlson.
I know him.
Do you? Have you seen him recently?
We were all in the fight, but when the battle started, the militia all dropped their weapons. Not us, not Johann.
Where can I find him?
Follow the sound of battle, but don't get too close.
What is your name, sir?
McGee.
Mr. McGee, I must go find him. But I will return. I will bring water for you when I return. But in the meantime, I have some clean bandages. You must continue to apply pressure to the wound until I return.
I will. I will.
General Gates, before the battle, as you were assembling what was called the Grand Army, did you have any meaningful discussions with your militia commanders?
Yes, Captain. Councils of war were held before we even left North Carolina. Both continental commanders and militia commanders were present for all those councils of war. It was at these councils that I learned of the majority of the Virginia militia departing as their enlistments expired, and they returned home rather than proceeding with the Army into South Carolina. It was also here that I learned of the hardships faced by the men, what with their want of supply, of food, of even basic arms and equipment. The Council of War that was held on the 15th of August, after the vanguards of the Army met, determined that all we had left to do was to stand and fight. There was no other option available for us. Both myself and my subordinates agreed that the plan that we made was in keeping with the best of military principles.
Yeah! Why did the war happen out there?
Most of the Virginia boys threw the rifles down and left.
Ah! Yeah! You mean those that had rifles?
Yes, that's what I mean.
Bullets! What the hell were they there for?
I don't think they knew.
That ain't no excuse. If you're on the field, you fight. If the enemy moves in, you fight!
In the Carolinas, they fought.
Yeah.
How many of our boys made it back?
Not quite half.
When this cleans out, we're gonna have to go back for our wounded.
Nurses are helping with the boys, but
But what?
redcoats already got most of them.
We gotta let the nurses know we appreciate their help.
Shortly after the collapse of the militia ranks, it became obvious that the battle was not going in your favor. You were seen rushing away from the area. A move on your part that continued for 60 miles until your arrival at Charlottetown. Why was it so important to get to Charlottetown?
So again, Captain, your description of both the timeliness of my withdrawal as well as the manner in which I left the field are grossly inaccurate. When the battle was turning, when I saw that the Marylanders and the men of Delaware could no longer sustain the full force of the British arms, General Caswell and myself decided to retire from the field and proceed to Charlottetown, where we would rouse up the locals to begin the defense of North Carolina from Cornwallis and his army. When we arrived there, we found neither arms, ammunition, nor a sufficient force of defenders that would accomplish any of that protection for the province. General Caswell and I then decided to proceed to Hillsborough, where the legislature was in session, to fall upon some plan to save that state from the enemy.
Did you see the whole unit turn and run off the field? What was that all about?
Must have been a lapse in communications.
Very unprofessional.
Where were their officers? I saw one officer. He was charging head-on across the field, but not at us. It was like a reverse charge. Surely they couldn't have been that afraid of us.
It must have been their first time in battle. You remember your first time in battle, right? Can be quite overwhelming.
But we stood our ground, didn't we?
We did. And we still do.
Oh, John, I can't believe it. Worst thing I've ever seen. All them men, boys, really, dead. Just walked right out there by them generals and let them get shot.
What do you expect? They're only lads. You give them 2 weeks of training with a gun and you expect them to be soldiers now?
These generals, these armies, lead them right out there like sheep to the slaughter.
They don't even know what they're fighting for.
Now, well, they'll know they've been fought when they're done with me.
So you're going to continue on now, are you?
Well, I've a mind to follow them up the trail and pick them off one by one.
It's a long trail. You might be needing some company.
Well, I wouldn't mind.
You don't mind, I don't really care for their fire sticks. Too noisy. Give me a
Well,
headache.
Yeah, they can make some noise.
Tell you what, I'll stand right behind you.
That'll work for me.
So you want to get going now or what?
I say we go.
All right.
What are you looking for?
Saw some rebel militia coming this way. Is this where you live?
It is.
Did you see them?
I did not.
Where else might they be hiding around here?
I do not know. I do not ask people their business. And they do not ask me mine.
Come down here. Is there anyone else in the cabin?
No, there is not.
I will find out if there's any chickens in this coop. If you've lied to me, I will hang you, and all the traitors I find in there. I shall not ask you again. Is there anyone else in that cabin?
There are 3. They're badly injured. They cannot do anything.
I commend you for your honesty. You've made the right decision. So you will survive, but I will execute everyone I find in there. However, you must be punished for harboring traitors. I haven't had this much fun since London.
Are you all right?
Don't be bad. Gonna be a champion of bruise, I bet.
Are you all right in there?
Yes, they're all cleaned and bandaged.
Can you walk?
Of course.
Good. Here. Take this. There'll be others that will need our help.
Johann!
Sarah, I was so sorry to hear that Thomas was taken yet again.
Lobsterbacks grabbed everyone who survived the fight.
Have you seen him yet?
Aye, twice. They be tight packed in there.
And his condition?
Scrawny, done in. The bastards are starving him, Mrs. Davis.
I am so deeply sorry, Sarah.
Thomas and I came down here from Pennsylvania. My family didn't bless our union 'cause he was poor as a church mouse. But we made a fine business. We raised our bairns. We did everything together.
How can I assist?
You are still cozy with some of their officers. Can you find out when security at the stockade is weakest? Maybe when they change the guards?
Sarah, I will try. Come tomorrow late afternoon. I will try.
My husband be starving. He'll die without food. Please, take this to him.
I'll take it then.
I said take it to him.
I said I'd take it.
Mother, why are we starting so early?
Miss McCullough wants today's work done by lunch. We have to adapt to her schedule. What are you doing in here, Mr. Kensington?
Pardon my intrusion, but I felt it necessary for Gwendolyn and I to have another conversation. And it's Lieutenant Kensington, if you don't mind.
I thought we settled this during our last visit.
And I thought we simply got off on the wrong foot, as it were.
So say your piece and then exit the premises, Lieutenant.
This is a hard life, isn't it, Gwendolyn?
What are you trying to say?
Well, I'm saying that if you and I should become very good friends indeed, your life would be so different, so much easier.
My life is fine just the way it is. I want no part in it.
Gwendolyn, it would be wonderful if you could make your way to my house this evening.
You bloody lobster back! You think you own everything in this town and everyone in it, don't you?
His Royal Majesty owns this colony and everything in it. The army in which I serve, we do not own, we control.
I'm sorry, Lieutenant, but I'm working late tonight.
Nonsense. Not a moment ago you said your day of work ends at lunchtime, was it?
This house you speak of, I imagine you took it from a resident?
Officers deserve adequate quartering.
And the location?
Number 12, Hobcock's Hill.
Fine, I will consider your invitation.
Excellent. Gwendolyn, when I attended the officers' social, with no one at my side, that was embarrassing. I don't like to be embarrassed. Ladies, I have my duties to attend to. I hope to see you later.
You are considering?
Of course not.
Gwynnie, when we're done here today, I'm taking you to my mother's house in the wood. I want you to stay there until I come get you.
All right, Mother.
Sarah, please don't tell me what you're planning.
I understand.
Come supper time, there'll be only one guard to the pen. The rest will be at sup. And at all cost, do not mention my name.
I will not.
And Sarah, please take good care. Please.
Thomas!
Sarah?
Thomas! Catch the bread!
Thank you very much today for taking the time to answer my questions. Please summarize the events that transpired on August 16th in Camden.
Captain, the details of the events are very well known of what happened in the Battle of Camden. In fact, all pertinent facts are contained in the report that I dispatched to Congress. shortly after the battle. My heart has ever been fixed upon the establishment of the independency of these United States. My life is devoted to that service, sir, and I am ready to evince the sincerity of these words wherever I am asked to serve. When I arrived here, I commanded an army without strength, a military chest without money, a Southern department wholly deficient in public spirit. The army was in a wretched state, without sufficient arms, tents, and many of the other articles that are required for them to wage war. Food was so scarce our army was dispersed to keep them from starvation. Both North Carolina and Virginia refused to raise sufficient troops and acquire provisions. Indeed, sir, our situation was quite desperate. So I chose to consolidate our army and march south, intent to fight and die in battle rather than wither away from hunger or thirst. I wished then, as I wish now, nothing more than to save the southern states. I wish to recover the territories we have temporarily lost, and I have undertaken every opportunity to do so. Contrary to the prattling of ambitious young officers comfortably sitting in the north, who suggest that perhaps cowardice was at play, I made my way back to Hillsborough to begin reorganizing the Southern Department and raising a new army for that purpose. The North Carolina Assembly must call out the militia, sir, to reconstitute that army. No army stands between Cornwallis and North Carolina and Virginia at this time. If he's to be stopped, we have to rebuild one. So if that's all you have, Captain, I have much work to do. You're dismissed.
It's a bit of a cold wind out here. Randall said you needed to talk.
Things are going to change for us, Kitty. Dramatically.
You have to leave?
I do have to leave. I had hoped you'd be able to join me, but you won't.
What's in the message, Nathaniel?
I've been summoned by General Washington.
Another assignment?
Indeed. I will be given command of what's left of the Southern armies.
The Southern armies?
Correct.
For how long?
I don't know. Probably for the duration of the war.
So now we have to deal with the inevitability that has followed us through the entire war.